Thinking about getting a new car? Wondering whether you should buy or lease? Let's take a look at the pros and cons of leasing a car. Lease payments will typically be substantially lower than the loan payments you would have to make to purchase the same car. This puts much more money in your pocket at the end of every month for other expenses. With a lease, it is cheaper and easier to get a new car every few years. Typical car leases last about 3 to 5 years, and then you'll typically get a new lease. If you enjoy getting a new car every few years, leasing tends to be more economical, as you'd have to sell off your old car every few years if you had purchased it, and it would have lost much of its value. Leases typically come with low, or in some cases even no down payments, as compared with financing a car. This means that you don't have to have large savings before you can lease the car, making it much more accessible. You don't own the car. This means that even if the car would have been drivable for years after your lease ended, you don't get to take advantage of that fact. It is typically cheaper in the long run to buy a car and keep it for as long as it survives. Most lease contracts include penalties for wear and tear as well as mileage. This can mean that you take a substantial hit at the end of your lease even if you didn't do anything other than ordinary driving. A car lease is a contract, and getting out of your contract early typically means substantial penalties. If your driving needs or financial situation changes halfway through the lease, you either have to pay a penalty or stick with the car. If you had purchased the same car, you could have sold it at any point after purchasing. Let us know what you think in the comments below.